guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree. If you are new here, happy September. I'm going to change my filming background soon. I'm just kind of overlapping the last little bit of August and September videos, so I didn't want to change my background quite yet, but I'm going to change it soon. So I've been on a no-buy for 8.5, 9 months now, something like that. So as my collection is slowly dwindling down, and by that I mean literally not at all. Like, I have certain parts of my collection that are definitely dwindling, but majority of my collection is still thriving. Over the past 9 months, I haven't bought new makeup except for the haul that I did in July. And that was a rules sanctioned haul that I did. But my point is, I have spent a ton of time with the makeup that's in my collection, with it intimately, honestly. And I've really gotten to know the products that I own. And I want to chat about my favorites, things that I've been reaching for again and again and again during my no-buy. I know the last favorites video that I did, it was a try-on faves. I showed you guys me applying everything, but well, frankly, I don't have the filming time. I needed to film back-to-back videos. Like, I needed to do that. So it's not gonna be a try-on situation today. But if you guys want to hang out and learn about some of my favorite products from my no-buy, then just keep on watching. So like I said in the intro, I have already done one of these favorite videos before. So I will have that listed down below and linked up in the eye and all that good stuff in case you guys want to go back and see that one, because I'm not going to be repeating any products from that video because basically the way that I planned it was I wrote down all of the steps of my makeup routine and then I wrote in which product is my favorite, and if I had any crossovers between the last video and this one, I'm just not talking about it in today's video. So there's gonna be a little bit less to talk about in today's video, but these are like my favorites right now, like things that I have been reaching for again and again and again. Why does it look like it's gonna fucking rain? It is not in fact supposed to rain, it just looks like it. Okay, well, let's just jump in, shall we? Side note, I finally started doing press-ons again, and I forgot that like it feels good to scratch, but it like just doesn't actually scratch, you know? Like it doesn't make the itch not itchy. I'm gonna talk about an eyeshadow palette that I have been loving lately, and it is the ColourPop Your Golden palette. First things first, before I open this, I swear to God it's clean. I don't know why, it just like the shadows like stained it, and that's what it looks like now. This has been such a wonderful, like just beautiful summer heading into fall, just like really warm, rich tones. It's perfect. This launched in the summer, it reminds me of summer, but it also like, I can get a little fall-y down here with these tones. It's giving like, and I say this as a 31-year-old, it's giving like back to school tones. I don't know why, but that's what it's giving me. I love it. The formula is amazing. Quality's beautiful. Colors are perfect. It's a stunning fucking palette. I have also been loving the NYX Plump Right Back Primer. I'm still kind of going back and forth between this and then the assorted different e.l.f. gripping primers that I have. The ones that I'm using from e.l.f. are the ones that are no longer in existence. It's not like Power Grip and stuff like that. I have quite a few, if you see my backups to clutter, I have quite a few of the assorted e.l.f. gripping primers. So, I mean, I wouldn't repurchase this right away, but I'm really strongly considering purchasing this one over any of the e.l.f. ones in the future. I like the e.l.f. one, don't get me wrong. This one is just a little less tacky, which personally for me makes it just a little bit easier to work with. I like the formula, I like all of that. I would honestly have to compare prices because NYX primers have gotten ridiculously expensive, but I love the fact that this isn't an airless pump. It gets me going for some reason. And I just really like it. It's a little hydrating, it's a little dewy, but it's real grippy, and it just holds my makeup on really, really well, and that's what I love about it. It's got electrolytes in it. And when you tell someone with POTS that there's electrolytes, their little ears perk up. This foundation is not going to be a surprise to anyone. Honestly, most of these products probably won't be a surprise to anyone, but the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation will always be an absolute favorite of mine. I use the shade Salzburg Light 3.5, and it is an absolute perfect shade match for me. Just like absolutely perfect shade match. I still can remember the first time that I tried this foundation, because I put it off for the longest time, because I was one of those people that heard the name Sheer Glow and thought that it was a super glowy sheer foundation, and I was like, that's not up my alley. And then I started hearing people say that same thing and go like, I was completely wrong. It's that it has a sheer amount of glow in it. And I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. And I can still remember the first time that I tried it, I literally said out loud, holy shit, because it looked so incredibly good on my skin. It lasts really well throughout the day. It sets down well. It's just overall such an amazing foundation. I wish that it always came with the pump, obviously, but you know, it is what it is. I have the pump now. I'll use it in the next one that I have as a backup, but just honestly, ride or die foundation. Like, love it so much. Fucking 85 goddamn degrees in this bitch. Sweating my ass off. I have also been loving, as you can see by the fact that it's almost empty, the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. Again, love an airless pump. Don't know why. Something about it just does it for me. I don't know how to explain it. It just gets me going. This is such a beautiful, 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 beautiful concealer. This paired with Sheer Glow, oh my god. I love it so much. This is also the concealer that I'm wearing today. As you can see, good coverage. Wonderful. But yeah, just a wonderfully hydrating concealer. Doesn't make my under eyes look crepey or gross or anything like that. Sets down really well, lasts really well throughout the day. Has decent coverage. It's not full coverage by any stretch of the imagination, but it is decent coverage. It's got like high medium coverage. But it's just really, really hydrating and nice and light underneath the eyes without being like, without giving up any of that coverage, if that makes any sense. And even though it is hydrating, it doesn't like crease underneath my eyes or anything like that, and I appreciate that, so I love it. One of my absolute favorite cream bronzers, I'm wearing it on my forehead right now, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer. I have the shade Sunkissed. This is like my perfect bronzer shade, honestly. There was a period of time where I was just like, I kind of want to get one shade darker, like, so that it's a little bit deeper, and like I could totally still see myself doing that, but like at the same time, this shade's also like absolutely perfect for me. This formula fucking blends itself, like, and that could be part of because it's a little bit of a lighter bronzer. It's a little bit like almost perfect for my skin tone, that it does just kind of like seamlessly blend itself out, and I can't argue with that. I love a bronzer that does the work for me, honestly, and this is one of the ones that absolutely does do the work for me. I can apply it with a sponge, I can apply it with a velour puff, I can apply it with a brush, I can any way that you could apply it, it blends beautifully, perfectly, 10 out of 10. I will say that I have once again changed how I do my makeup. I actually have stopped putting bronzer like all along my cheeks. I put it on my forehead so that I have a little bit of color on my forehead, and I go down my temple, and then that's it for cream bronzer. Is literally just like helmet situation, if you catch my drift. And then I'll do cream blush, and then when I put on powders, I do take a little bit of powder bronzer like just right back here, but that's it. Like I don't do any of that like, you know, full cheek situation anymore. I feel like it looks a lot more youthful, and honestly I barely put any on my nose these days. I'll kind of just like take whatever's left on my brush and just quickly go down the sides of my nose and like a little bit on the underside, but like it's barely there. You can barely, some days it's more there than others depending on which bronzer I use, but it is making my cream products last. Honestly, all of my bronzers last significantly longer because I'm putting on less. Cream blush is another Anastasia one, and this is the stick blush in the shade Nectarine. It's just such a beautiful peachy shade. It applies beautifully, it blends beautifully. It's nice and creamy, but not like so creamy that it starts messing with the stuff underneath or starts sliding around. It's just a perfect tone. The formula is beautiful. My only complaint is the stupid fucking brush, because I would never use it. I'm gonna be honest, it feels like a nice brush. I would just literally never use it, because how do you wash it? And I feel like cream brushes are like the thing you have to wash the most, you know? But I mean, it feels like a nice brush. You would never be able to wash it because you would end up getting water on the rest of it. It's besides the point. I have wonderful brushes that I don't need to use this one. So it's kind of just like a waste of space and a waste of materials to me personally. But the actual stick product itself, stunning. I want to know how much I have left. I always get nervous doing this because I always worry that like I'm gonna roll it up and then it's not gonna go back down. So that's how much I have left. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember how much it started with, but you know, I guess I haven't made that much of a dent if that's as far down as it'll go. Okay, well, really honestly, how much do you use of a cream blush in one day? My current favorite blush was unfortunately limited edition and does not exist anymore, which means I probably shouldn't be talking about it in today's video, but like I'm also not here to sell you shit. I'm just here to tell you products that I've been loving lately. But that is the Disney and Ulta Beauty blush and highlight palette. Honestly, even the highlights are definitely a favorite right now, but these blushes are amazing. Like, they're so soft, but they're so thin. They're just the perfect tone. They're not too pigmented. They're not too like over the top. They're just perfectly like light and thin, and I've said that already. With me putting on cream blush and then putting powder blush on top of it, I always have to be a little bit leery about whether or not the powder product is going to be too pigmented or too heavy or too thick. And this is one that honestly the formula is perfect on. I don't know if Ulta sells like blushes just like this in their like regular standalone collection. I'm gonna be so completely honest with you, I have no idea, but if they do, get those. The highlights are really nice too. I do really enjoy the highlights as well. They're like glowy, but like not too over the top. They're just like pretty, you know? They're very standard. I will say the highlights are very standard, but they're also very nice. So I do enjoy them. Powder bronzer is actually also the one that I'm wearing on my forehead today, and that is the Milani Baked Bronzer. I have the shade Dolce. Again, just that perfect, like, real thin. Look how much of this I have used. But again, just like that perfect, thin, light, not too pigmented, just like perfect texture that I look for in like a powdered cheek product. You can see it right there. You can also obviously see it on my forehead. It sets down the cream bronzers really, really nicely without being like heavy, honestly. But it just sets it down really beautifully without like altering them, honestly, too much. And I do enjoy it. I know it looks like it would be glowy, but it's really honestly not at all. Like, there's maybe a very fine amount of like sheen to it, but it just translates to like looking like natural skin. I do enjoy it. Obviously, it's a favorite. I enjoy all of them. See, now we're getting into things that are my favorites. Honestly, I would have loved them even if they had been in my collection this entire time, but I'm talking about them now because I did get them in my haul. But my favorite blush topper recently has been the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. So this one's in the shade Pretty Peach. I'm dying to get my hands on more shades of these, but I'm waiting. It's such a soft blush and just a perfect amount of color without being like too pigmented, the perfect amount of glow without being too much. It's just this gorgeous, like, this one in particular is like peach with like a slight goldy sheen to it. The tone is beautifully, it sits so wonderfully on top of cream blush and powder blush and everything like that, and it's just perfect. It's like one of the most perfect blush toppers that I have ever used. And then my favorite highlight lately has been the JCat You Go Girl highlight. This one's in the shade Crimson Gleam. I got it because I wanted to see how much it was like the Anastasia Nicole Glow Kit in fucking A. What's the name of it? It's the peachy one. I don't know why I can't think of it at the moment. And it's close. a little bit more pink and a little bit more like icy on the reflect, but it's close. It's definitely close. I've been loving this on the cheeks. It's definitely one of my more blindy highlights that I have been wearing lately, but I have been really enjoying it. The only place I don't like it is on my inner corners, and that's because, as you can see, it does have that kind of like really warm undertone to it, so it just kind of catches the light a little bit weird on my inner corners. But paired with the perfect like blush topper and blush and everything like that, like you can't really tell that there's that undertone to it. It all kind of just blends in nicely together, and I've been loving it. And I also think that the press on this powder is fucking stunning. I think this is one of the only things that is a crossover, but I want to be able to show it in a package and also kind of talk about it a little bit more. My favorite lashes are the AOA lashes, specifically the 3D Faux Mink. There's a couple other different styles that I like as well, but specifically the 3D Faux Mink. They have a ton of different styles of lashes in this line, but they're all $1.55. Part of that money goes to charity, and it's just, again, $1 for fucking lashes that last. I will usually wear them like basically every single day. Like I'll have one pair of lashes out and I'll wear it like basically every single day for probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks ish, and then I'll end up taking them off and throwing them away. But biggest thing here is obviously the price, $1 for the pair of lashes. Few drawbacks with this is that you do have to purchase them from Shop Miss A. They don't have them like anywhere else. So shipping takes a minute, like a hot ass minute, I will say that. And my only other small complaint is that it can be a little bit difficult online to see, like, kind of be able to understand the length of lashes. I have realized over the past probably 8 or 9 months that I don't like the way really, really long lashes look on my eyes anymore. I just don't think it's very flattering. And I will say that with this most recent purchase, I did end up accidentally buying some lashes that are probably a smidge too long. I'll give them a shot, but like I don't know for a fact that they're gonna be like good for me. But also, like, they were $1, so if they don't work, they don't work. It is what it is. Like even these ones honestly might be a little bit too long for my taste. These ones are almost a little bit too long for my taste, but they're very piecey, so they work. I can make them work, but like I definitely prefer my lashes to be much shorter these days. So that's a little bit of an annoyance that I have to like kind of just gamble with whether or not they're gonna work for me, and I obviously can't return the ones that I can just tell by the package are not gonna work for me, but it is what it is. I actually was looking at right around the time that I got this package, and I was looking at like the new releases on Ulta, and I saw that Velour Lashes, I believe, had released a lash line, and it was like one pair of lashes for like $20, and I looked at my husband and I was like, that's such a ridiculous price. And I was like, you know that package that I got today, which was my Shop Miss A package, which had probably like I think close to 20 pairs of lashes in it, and I spent $25. So I got 20 pairs of lashes for $25, including shipping, for nearly the same price as one pair of velour lashes. And I think we all know that a lash is a lash is a lash for the most part, and it doesn't matter how expensive the lash is, it's still going to fall apart at the same pace as a dollar lash, as a Kiss lash, as an Essence lash. Like even Essence lashes are a little bit expensive for me, to be honest with you, when I could just get those for $1. Let's chat about 2 lip products really quick. My current favorite lipstick is the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in the shade Bare Affair. It's just like honestly my perfect nude lipstick. I wear this all the fucking time. It's a very standard, just like kind of glossy nude lipstick. Very standard, but honestly very pretty. Very like exactly, like I ended up purchasing this again during my haul because I ended up with a hole in my collection when I did my lip declutter, and it's just, it filled that hole for me. And then my current favorite lip gloss is actually surprisingly the NARS Afterglow Lip Gloss, Lip Shine. in the shade Orgasm. It's just, I mean, you can see it. It is Orgasm in a gloss, but it's really thin, very shiny, hydrating gloss. It's super comfy to wear on the lips. It doesn't do that like liney thing that some lip glosses will do. It just feels nice. I don't know that I'd ever like go out of my way to like purchase a full size of this. I've been enjoying what I have, and that's what matters. I'm enjoying it right now. And that's gonna wrap up my favorites. Am I doing another one of I'm not doing another one of these before the year ends, because I'm gonna do my 2023 like yearly favorites at the very end of this year. So I will not have another one of these before this year ends. If you guys like favorites, you can watch the one that I've already put up. I have a whole playlist of other favorites that I've talked about in the past. Like I said, in a couple months, I will have my 2023 roundup favorites. And then next year I'm going to be kind of reworking my like no buy, low buy situation. So I'll probably have more new makeup to talk about, which means I'll probably have do favorites a little bit more often. I wish that I had realized earlier in the year that I could do like a favorites that I have been loving just from my collection, not even thinking about like, oh, it has to be like new shit. I wish I had realized that earlier in the year, but I didn't. And so that's where we're at now. I am sweating my ass off in this video. File's about to end, so I need to get off this video right now. Comment down below, let me know a product that you have been loving recently. I would love to hear all about it. Please subscribe if you have not already. It would mean the world to me. Like this video, ring the bell, do all the things. I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!